What we've got here is the granddaddy of granddaddies. This is the DJI Inspire 1, my favourite little puppy. After I went through learning all the ropes of the small foam quads, mini quads, flying indoors, banking, rolling, yawing, flipping and all these things, I was at a point where I wanted to go one step further. So this is the one I bought recently. It's only been out for about 18 months, I believe. This is professional aerial photography equipment. It is a drone, but it is not like other drones. It is a $4,500 piece of business equipment. It is not a toy. They are great fun. You can have lots of fun with them. This is 3 kilograms and it can do about 80 kilometers an hour. So you can well imagine in the hands of an inexperienced person what sort of damage this could do. Right. What we've got here is, as you can see in the distance, we have the Inspire 1 sitting there ready to go. Here I have the main controller, and I also have the iPad display, which we hook directly in to the controller here and shows us a live feed direct from the camera in real time. So that's a wonderful advancement. You can now see what shots you're taking, you can now aim, line up, and there are some wonderful little features built into the DJI Go app, which not only allow you to check the plane, but also watch the camera views, take shots, have a look at different angles and things along those lines. Okay. A full-size screen display here would show you normally the picture coming from the gimbal and from the camera. If you want to fly via GPS and map mode, you can tap there. What you'll actually get is an actual GPS map. Now you're probably not going to see anything here, but what you'll actually get in a moment is a full GPS map of exactly where I'm standing right now, and it will show me everywhere I fly. It will track everything I do, including lines to home. So if I ever lose sight of it, or I ever lose it in the sunshine, I just look at the GPS map and it shows me a green line, which shows me the B line back to my house, or back to where I started. What we're going to do now is we're going to fire this up and warm up the motors a little bit first. As soon as we load it up and start it, it will activate a home point automatically and lock in a GPS position to return home should anything go wrong. That's automatically one of the greatest features of these, is it has a return to home function, so if you lose sight of it or you lose control of it, the batteries start running out, you can just press return to home and it'll return and land by itself. So before I do anything, the first thing I do is I let it warm up. The motors are just like a car, they like to warm up a little bit and stay warm. Now we'll throttle her up a little bit and we're just going to bring her up a metre off the ground and let her hover. Automatically, you'll see the transmutation of the landing gear now raises up. That normally would give access to the gimbal and camera to run 360 degrees underneath the plane. As you can see, the positioning system will try and stabilise not only its height, but also its direction. We're trying to keep it constantly pinned in the same spot without moving. So technically, if at the moment being safe, I say I don't need to touch anything, it should stay. Now that being said, there's plenty of videos on the internet that show that it doesn't always do this, so you must be careful. Now again, as you see, there's still 10 knot wind blowing out here, it's still blowing reasonably strong, and that's not moving an inch. Again, you can see I'm not really technically doing anything at all at the moment. It's holding itself. If I was doing a promo for somebody, then I might change the theory around and I might sort of sit in an area like this, but I would be using extremely slow, steady movements, being very cautious, not to turn sharp. See how slow and steady she can move? Now at any point in time I can stop, and she will virtually, if you hear the motors, try and control herself and stay dead steady via GPS. If I want to bring her down, I have to actually throttle her down to get her down. If I don't throttle down, she'll just stay. So I'm actually down throttling at the moment at about half a metre a second. Now, one of the things you need to practice when you start flying these is when you're flying towards yourself, everything is in reverse and it becomes very difficult to control if you're not very well au fait with the direction it's going to move. At the moment, the landing gear is raised. I'm going to lower it manually to make it safer when I land so I don't damage anything. If you do come within 90 centimetres of the ground, it will automatically lower the gear itself to protect the camera and gimbal from damage. So DJI have a couple of special features. Most of these bigger planes have a specialised command to lift off or to initiate the rotors on them so that they don't go off by accident. In the form of DJI, you move both sticks down in together, or in the same, you can move them down and out together. Okay, those are the only two moves that will shut the plane's rotors off completely, except when you land, you can also shut them off. At the moment they're running. If I hold my thrust stick down, it will then shut it off as well. You can see it's facing towards me at the moment. So you can see the red lights, and normally you'd see the camera facing straight at me. Okay, normally take off the other way. Always be smart and safe. Take off away from people and away from yourself in an open area so you don't have to worry about hitting anything. You can get the plane stable first before you have to worry about anything else. Otherwise what will happen is she comes up and all of a sudden a gust of wind comes and she'll start moving and you'll go, oh, I don't know what to do, and you'll panic and usually end up crashing it before you land. One of the things that becomes critical when you start flying is a banking turn. It's no longer a matter of just simply turning, it's now a matter of turning and thrusting back in another direction. So as I pull up here, I can yaw to the left or right. And that's great. For aerial photography, that's really nice and smooth, really nice and easy to do. Sorry, you can see the angle because that 10 knot wind is now 15. You can see her moving around a little bit, trying to keep her stability. But that's the computer system doing all of that by itself. I'm not doing anything. It will change the speed of each rotor automatically in order to keep it stable in the air. So in order to bank around corners, which is great practicing with your little mini quads, is you're not only going to yaw, but you're also going to pitch to the left or right. So if you're turning, yawing to the right, you're going to also move your stick to the right. If you're yawing to the left, you're going to move your stick to the left. Sorry, to the opposite. So that was the opposite way. So if you're going to yaw left, you're going to bank left at the same time as you yaw. And you're going to bank right at the same time as you yaw. You get a really nice stable flight view then, and you get the pull-away effect of a helicopter or a plane flying away in the video. I softened my controls the other day so that it moves a little slower. I'm not using it in attitude mode very frequently, so softening my controls makes it slower to move, but you get a much more stable rotation when you want to film. So that was about 50% throttle on the yaw, and you can see how nice and easy it rotated. Same with my sticks too. Nice slow movement forward and a nice slow movement backwards, rather than what sometimes seems to happen where, and I'll show you a little trick, if I start wobbling my stick left and right, see how quick it moves. It responds really quite well. So it's not like I need all that power. That power is just going to make my video look terrible, and my pictures are going to be all over the place. All I'm really looking for in most cases is a slow, simple, stable flight where I can take lovely pictures, lovely video, and I can focus on my cinematography and videography skills rather than worrying about flying my drone. And now we're going to bring her in on a move forward as she lands. So you can see her coming in on a 45 to land. Again, the landing gear's up. Now, if I keep going down, if I go too quick, that landing gear won't get down in time for the sensors. So when I got to about 90 centimeters, it goes, whoa, that's a bit risky, I could break the camera. And it lowers the landing gear for me automatically, presuming I'm not very smart. And again, bring it down, hold your throttle down until those props stop. The remote is always the first thing to be turned on before the plane or before anything else is done, and it is also the last thing to be turned off for a simple safety reason. If the plane loses signal from the controller, its automatic safety feature is to return home, which means it will shoot 20 to 30 meters in the air and then start traveling back to wherever it took off from. The funny part is, if that's in the back of your car, it will still try and take off in the back of your car. So remember, this on first, this off last. Switch this on first, then go over and switch your plane on. You know that this is now in control and the plane can't do anything it's not told to do. Press, hold, it climbs down, let go. 1, 2, 3. Goes quiet, all finish. Nice and safe now. I can put it wherever I want and I don't have to worry about taking it off. I can now shut my remote down, no concerns.